I'm here, System 23, joining me for My First Two Loves, Chapter 65, Full House. Now playing as Emma. The first night of winter break, I walked over to Noah's, staring at the text he'd been sending me earlier. I wanted to reach out to him, but I was so wrapped up in Elijah's betrayal, Mr. Kane's interest in my photography, and the fact that I was very much in love with at least two people. It doesn't change anything. At least not yet. I reached Noah's address and tapped the door, and moments later... Emma, what are you doing here? You invited me, remember? I held up my phone and watched his eyes fill with recognition. Oh, right, sorry, it's been a weird day. Come on in. I stepped inside and Noah peered up the street before closing the door and locking it again. Looking for something out there? It's just a precaution. Elijah still has his key. And as much as I don't think he'd make his way back here, you never know. Believe it or not, I'm really happy to see you. Come on. Noah took my hand and I followed him down the hall and into a room at the far end, where he collapsed into a desk chair and gestured for me to sit anywhere. Instead, I took a moment to look around. Oh, you didn't take me here last time I came over to your place. I was gonna. Your visit just was unexpectedly got cut short. After all the hours I spent in your room during our tutoring sessions, I figured it was about time. I haven't been in too many guys' rooms. I was expecting more chaos. Stereotypical. Sorry to disappoint you. Of course not. But are you sure you want to tell me in here? You can tell a lot about a person from their room, you know? I'm an open book. What could you possibly find out that I wouldn't tell you? I circled a space on his desk. Noah's journal had been left open, and I pinned to a clothesline above his bed, where his most precious memories. Slowly the pieces came together. Based on my experience with you, I know you're more of an introvert. You bottle things up and experience them internally, unless you're with someone you trust completely. Oh my God! Sorry, I'm having a heart attack at the fact of like this. His eyes met mine for just a split second before I smiled and turned towards the item that had caught my eye. Photograph. Easy photo out of his pen and held it up. What a cute baby. Is this you? That's Hazel. We all went for a beach day, played in the sand. Well, she ate the sand. And I think her tiny brain thought it was rice anyway. I never let her live it down. We always eat weird crap as babies. Give your poor sister a break. And lose precious ammo for teasing? Never. Noah took the picture and smiled at the image. I could tell that in the moment he was a million miles away. That was a great day. You keep it above your bed, so it's the first and last thing you see each day. Because you're really a family guy at heart. I flopped down on his bed in triumph and shot him a smug smile. Well, that I do. Not bad. Just admit it. I've got you totally pegged. Maybe, but don't forget I've seen your room too. I've learned a thing or two from our tutoring sessions. You care to share what you learned? Noah smiled as he rose from his chair and moved to join me on the bed. History mostly, but also that you make this really cute noise when I kiss right here. His fingers brushed the side of my neck, sending electric currents down my spine. Okay, so you might know me a little better than I thought. I could teach you a few things about me too, you know. If you want. Get to know Noah better. That is if you're willing to teach me for a change. It would be my pleasure. His fingers found the back of my neck as he pressed his lips to mine. As I sank back into the sheets, the smell of his skin washed over me. He quickly peeled his shirt off and climbed on top of me. I slid my legs around his waist, locking him in place. We moved together out of pure instinct, Noah grinding his hips into mine, but our bodies fitting together like puzzle pieces. The tips of my fingers dug into his bare back, and I could feel Noah's smile against my neck. Lesson number 1. Knowing your partner's body is critical. which places are sensitive, delicate. The sharps of his teeth grazed my skin as he parted his lips to lick and suck at my pulse point. Instantly my brain went fuzzy. Then tinker with the speed and sensations until my breath became pants as he sucked hard and bit gently at varying speeds, all the while squeezing my backside. A moan tore through me. Ah, that happens. In that case, I've got some experimenting to do. Without warning, I rolled a sober penny note into the mattress. Let me know when I'm getting warmer. Something tells me you won't need any help from me. I pressed my lips to his before deepening the kiss. Every brush of his lips against mine made my hips jerk. I couldn't think about anything except how much I wanted him. Emma. He gripped the back of my neck, holding me close, but I took his hand in mine and used my weight to hold it down. My other hand traveled down his bare chest until I reached the waistband of his jeans. Like I said, experimenting. Then I moved my hand away. In response, Noah let out a sound between a groan and a whine. Don't worry, I'll make it better. My lips worked their way down his bare chest, tongue swirling, and Noah's skin burned as lust and adrenaline filled the air. Someone's a quick study. It helps to have a little, one-on-one attention. I sunk lower, kissing and licking down his abs until I neared his skull. Noah froze, but the resolve in his eyes made his meaning clear. I trust you. My eyes never left his as I gently pressed my lips to his scarred hip, over and over until his muscles relaxed. I sat up, keeping my eyes on his as my hands stroked his upper thigh, felt as his body reacted to my touch. But I will say that I never imagined you were the slow and steady type. Noah's trademark smirk stretched lazily across his face, and when he sat up, his lips were just a whisper away from mine. That's because I'm not. He claimed my mouth passionately before pulling me onto his lap, grinding his hips into mine until I moaned. I don't mind getting a little rough. I think that's something we have in common. I pushed both hands against Noah's chest, driving him back into the mattress, and positioned myself over him. I promise I'm tougher than I look. I don't doubt that for a second. His hand cupped the back of my head and slowly pulled me down to him, bringing my lips to his. Noah captured my bottom lip between his teeth, sucking, and even as his hands wandered my frame, gripping deliciously hard. His fingers found the skin hidden by my clothes and massaged the muscle he couldn't see until I couldn't help but call out his name. Noah, that's amazing. It'd be a lot better without these in the way. Then by all means, get rid of them. One by one, he shed the pieces of my outfit, littering the floor of his bedroom and leaving me exposed. Together we wrestled for dominance, our bodies intertwined and becoming a mess of tangled limbs and sheets, until every part of me throbbed from want. I shuddered as he ground his knee between my legs. My breath came in heavy pants, and I never wanted him to stop. Don't stop. I won't. And then I felt it. My hands gripped his shoulders as it eroded out. Part of me was embarrassed by the intensity of it all. The other part of me felt like sunshine, bright, warm, and satisfied. So beautiful. Noah languidly ran his hands down my thighs as I came down. Finally, he brushed my lips with his, and I melted into his arms. Tell me what you're thinking right now. I would, but we're supposed to be keeping things PG-13, and what I've got running through my mind is anything but. I'm serious. I want to know what's going on in that big brain of yours. He pulled back to meet my gaze, and his tone was steady, cautious, what I might say, but open and vulnerable. And just like that, I came face to face with the side that no one else saw, the parts of him that I loved the most. Love. I'm falling in love with you. My heart almost beat out of my chest as I found the courage to bring the words to my lips. Right now I'm thinking I might kinda love you. For a moment, it felt like time stood still, and neither of us reacted to my confession. I panicked. For the love of God, abort, take it back. Tell him it was a joke, whatever you have to do before he says... It's about time. He'll kiss me with everything in him, before dipping his head to whisper in my ear. And for the record, I love you too. Noah held me close, pressing every inch of him against me, and he dipped his head to nuzzle my neck again. As good as that feels, we should probably stop. I don't want Hazel or your mom to walk in on us. Where are they anyway? He laid back on the mattress and stared at the ceiling, stone-faced. And there's the guard. It went right back up. Probably on the teacup ride at the Fairyland amusement park. Don't worry, though. They'll be back after the holiday. Wait, they just left you at Christmas? We had a disagreement. I told them to go without me. I don't care what happened. You can't stay here by yourself. The holidays are for spending time with family. Yeah, well, my family's a little MIA at the moment. Being alone at Christmas would suck. He cared. He needed to be cared for, to be loved. He needed me. Without a word, I laid next to him, and after a moment's hesitation, he laid his head on my chest, a private gesture of comfort just between us. Then you can borrow mine. As a matter of fact, why don't you come over for dinner? My dad makes an amazing roast. Yeah, but thanks to our tutoring sessions, your dad thinks I'm a convict who can't pass anything but a football. Only because he doesn't know you. He just needs the opportunity, and this is perfect. What do you say? I watched as his head rose and fell in time to my breathing without making a sound, and then finally... I guess I say... Can someone pass the roast? Did you just make a pun? Dinner that night was a symphony of forks scraping plates, and to his credit, Noah did try. My dad, on the other hand, not so much. Thanks for dinner, Doc. When Emma said you made a mean roast, she wasn't kidding. Thank you. Had I known you were coming, I've made plenty more. Dad shot me a stern look, and the bite of potato in my mouth soured. Quickly, I forced it down. The more the merrier, right? Besides, you two haven't had much time to chat, and there's no time like the present. I mean, no offense, but you kinda did drop it on your dad in the same day. Holy shit. Oof. I fumbled for a topic, a conversation, and panicked as I drew a blank. Noah, why don't you tell Dad about, your motorcycle? Across the table, Mac practically choked on the roast. Shut up, Mac! Shut the fuck up! Yeah, because that's gonna go over well. God damn it, Mac, shut up. Dad stopped sawing away at the already tender meat and looked up in horror. Please tell me you haven't been taking my daughter on joyrides on that death machine. Of course not. I barely ride it myself. I take care of my kid sister, so we spend a lot of time walking or in my mom's car. Dad frowned in thought, as if the idea of Noah having a family never crossed his mind. I guess I don't really know much about your background. Tell me about your folks. Do they have any plans for the holidays? Yeah, but none that involve me. His mom and Hazel are at a trip to Fairyland amusement park for the week. Without you? Noah nodded sullenly, and then silence fell over the table again, twice as loud and awkward as before. I took his hand and gave his fingers a squeeze, and then I looked up and Dad met my gaze. For a moment, it was a battle of wills. Him stern, me pleading, and then his eyes fell on our conjoined hands, and he sighed. Emma, maybe you were right. The more the merrier, and given the season, we can afford a little, more merry around here. So, Noah, why don't you spend the holidays with us? Don't get me wrong, but why? It's not like I'm family, you don't even know me. No, but Emma does, and it's clear you two care about each other. Everyone deserves to be with someone they care about for the holidays. But I will be keeping an eye on you too. That means new rules, no locked doors, and hands where I can see him. Deal? Noah's hand was suddenly hot in mine. We glanced at each other, and I knew what he was thinking. Could we really handle a hands-off policy for the next week? He didn't say hands-off. He said hands where you can see them. Carefully, Noah slid his hand out of mine and extended it to my father. Deal. That's sweet. No, it is. You know, I remember when this book first started. Everybody in the Choices community, and this is a message you can share with every single one of them. Everyone called the MC's father bad. Oh, how dare he, how could he say that, do that, treat you that way. Oh my god, what a horrible father. I tell you, I don't know how some of you survive in this world if you thought he was a bad dad. Like, he was a dad. We've seen a lot worse in these books. And we could see a lot worse, trust me. Like, if you've never heard some of the stories I've told about the old campfire, yeah, we could have a lot worse right now. Like, I would give anything to have a father like our MC has. I would give anything. I'd give anything to have any parent like the MC has. So, that's a very sweet gesture that he did. It's a very sweet gesture, and it's very nice. And more people need to be doing it. So, but I digress. I've been trying to get through to you folks for a while now, and hopefully I've reached some of you with your trying to, I don't know, make you either wisen up, be more open-minded, or more kind-hearted. If I haven't, well, then I'd say I failed, but not really, because that means you were not open-minded enough to try. So, thanks for watching. Catch you all later. Peace.